Hey everybody, welcome back to the garage. If this is your first time visiting my channel, please go ahead, click on subscribe, and also click on that bell to receive all the updates and activities on my channel. So today we have a tool review, and it's actually a tool that I've had in my garage for about a year and a half. I was using it the other day and I realized, you know what, I don't think I've ever reviewed this tool. And if you're a regular visitor to my channel, you're going to realize that I'm pretty heavily invested in the Porter Cable 20 volt cordless tool lineup. I have their impacts, their saws, angle grinders, stuff like that, and I also have this tool. So this is the Porter Cable 20 volt half-inch impact wrench. It's not a driver, it's an impact wrench, and it has the hog ring on it, not a detent. All right, so I bought this about a year and a half ago, and just some quick specs on it. If you buy it as a bare tool without the battery, your price point is going to be under $100, depending on who you buy from. There's actually some resellers out there that you can actually pick it up for around $50 in a 5-minute search that I did. Again, it uses the 20 volt line from Porter Cable, and it has the ability to either accept this guy, which is the 4.0 amp hour battery. It also accepts a 1.5 and the 1.3, the red packs or the black packs. If you are going to use this tool, I would highly recommend that you invest in the 4.0 amp hour battery pack, because this tool does use a lot of juice, and if you're only using the 1.5, chances are you're going to be running this down through the batteries. So invest in the 4.0. So a little bit about this tool. Porter Cable is owned by a large tool company called Stanley Black & Decker. Everybody knows who they are. You may not realize what they are. So Stanley Black & Decker is a very large tool group. So large, they own the following brands. So stay with me. They own Stanley Tools, they own DeWalt, they own Black & Decker, they own Craftsman, they own Irwin, they own Porter & Cable, they own Lennox, they own Lista, they own Mac Tools, they own Bostitch, they own Proto, and the list goes on and on. So with that being said, what will happen is, so if you look at their tool lineup as far as hand tools, which is DeWalt is the premium up here. So what will happen is, as new tools are developed for their higher premium lines, such as DeWalt, all their older products will go kind of end of life. And what Stanley did is, instead of kind of throw away the old DeWalt design, this tool is an exact copy of the DW059 18 volt XR line that was probably out like 5 or 6 years ago. And then DeWalt developed the 20 volt line for lithium ion, but this was still a tried and true design. So what Stanley did, as far as for Porter Cable, they realized they needed a tool for that particular market. Essentially, they just changed the plastics on it and they threw Porter Cable on it. But essentially, this tool is the old DeWalt DW059, the 18 volt. So there you go. As far as this tool has 330 foot-pounds of breakaway force in reverse. I can tell you from experience, this tool can either be your best friend or it can be your worst enemy, depending on what you're doing. I've had this tool break half-inch grade 8 bolts on me, completely unexpected. So this thing can break bolts if you're not careful with it. So I've had it for about a year and a half. I like it. If there is a drawback on it, it is kind of large. So there's my hand, right? Just to give you a comparison, it's probably about 10.5 inches long. So when you're using it in automotive stuff, you can be limited as far as where you can get in there and everything else. But as far as like suspension bolts and like taking off lugs off wheels, the thing does a great job. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a couple clips of this thing in action, and we'll go from there, and I'll come back. Alright, so this is a 14 millimeter grade 3 or grade 5 bolt. Let's see if we can break it. Nope, it didn't break it, but definitely stripped out the threads in the nut. Alright, so there you go. You've seen the tool in action, and I would give it a thumbs up. For the average DIY homeowner, it's going to be more than sufficient to basically do whatever you need to do. So at the end of the day, I give it a thumbs up. Alright, so if there's any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and leave them in the comments box. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day. See ya.